see all the things that she done, and just picture, why would somebody lie about her? What is it about her that somebody would want to tell a lie about? I'm not gonna mention the other people that's in that frame that I have, because they are so big right now, it would mess up their career. Do you understand me? I'm not the only one with the copy, but I'm the only one, I'm the one who gave it to them. Do you understand me? What she's talking about is that when I said that we were at Kanye West's party in North Hollywood, I was bodyguarding Scott Storch at the time. Do you understand? Listen here, I was bodyguarding Scott Storch. I the one told Scott, let's get up out of here, because they was about to do some damage to us, bro. I can't listen to me, man. So now she's gonna get out there and she's gonna sit up and talk about, yo, he's lying he'll do anything just to get interviews and all that stuff. Man, listen to me. I got way more stories than a Gloria Velez story. I got a whole lot of stories they never even heard of. So me saying what she said, come on, man.
Kia Beyoncé bi Diddy ka mashhur freak offs ka hissa thi? Sakna bi mushkil hai ku Beyoncé ka namasishi scandal minute. Lekin abafwahen chal rahiyan kuwobi in parties ka hissa rahiyan. Kate Hinnick leaked video samye Diddy ki party se him Beyoncé nasaradi hai. Lagharan hain or kaha jaraha hai ku Beyoncé apne tidal kona shuru ho gaye hain. Even uski biyan salanjana kabiesa expect nahi kia the.
Because he was in the industry, he had to have mad girls up in the studio and everything like that.
I'm not gonna mention the other people that's in that frame that I have. I got a whole lot of stories they never even heard of.
He asked me to go get something, I went and got it. He said, yo, Gene, they wanna F you, while he was laying in the bed with both of them. And I said, nah, I'm good, bro. I'm all right, and walked out. That's the only time.
I think that any man that force any woman to do anything, it should be like the Arab countries. They just start cutting shit off, to be totally honest, of that man. Any man that forces any woman to do anything, they should treat them like they treat them in the Arab countries and just start cutting shit off. From their fingers, to their hands, to their feet, to their genitals, to their head. You know what I'm saying? So now, another thing of it is that how low do you have to be when you're gonna put somebody on a jet and fly them all the way to New York, to the studio? To me, bro, to be totally honest, it sounds kind of fishy to me. I can't, and then it came from Hard Pierre. The Hard Pierre I knew back in them days was a cornball that did everything Puff said. You know what I mean? Like he was one of Diddy's highest riders. So I don't know that Hard Pierre. The time they said it happened when I was reading in 2003, I was around at that time. You know what I'm saying? Me and about 8, 9 other bodyguards. See, what people don't know, that Puff had a lot of bodyguards. Everybody has certain days. You understand? I had Saturdays and Sundays. And then when Puff went away, or they were certain places and I was off work, they may call me and say, yo, Gene, Puff wants you here. Can you come, this, that, and the third? And if I could, I would. If I did, I didn't. It wasn't no big thing. So for them to do that, man, that's some real thirsty, desperate shit.
Hamari Saksai Hai to Joe footage Samye Hai was Shid Diddy ka 50th birthday party Kiho Sakti Hai. Joe log nahi janti yes rat coffee kuchwajab shan Diddy comes in apna 50 wa birthday manaya. Salyai Beyoncé's video main kya nasare rahi hai Joe allegedly a freak off Diddy has party main Beyoncé ka fit coffee vero hua the lekin logasanada dekna chata. kuch log jo party main maujud thay anone bhi under kibatin batan ki koshish ki. Lekin jizi Beyoncé ka husband is sab ka bilkul khilaf the direct video jo social media par viral hui or forgave ho gay. Asmain dekiege ka koi Beyoncé ka pas kara the or phone se recording kar raha the jabo dance kar rahi ti. Jizini deka or foreigner shocks ka phone lilia kyan jizini strong reaction di yet to be clear nahi hai. Lekin yizarur lagta hai ko apni wifkeo protect kar raha the. Furby kuch reports ka rahihan ka surf dance video ki bat nahi ti shades kahani main kuch or be high.
Bro, we was on a tour bus one time. He had 2 snow bunnies. We picked them up in Dallas. One of the NBA basketball players introduced him to him. He asked me to go get something. I went and got it. He said, yo, Gene, they want to F you, while he was laying in the bed with both of them. And I said, nah, I'm good, bro. I'm all right. And walked out. That's the only time. Old Diddy something. I don't know what she owed him, but she would let Diddy know wherever Jennifer was at so he could do something. He was trying to get Luther Vandross over there to sing to her. You know what I'm saying? He was gonna sing. He was trying to get Luther Vandross over there to sing to Jennifer. You know, so but Jennifer wasn't going for that because she had went through enough of his bull crap. Even when we come to the studio and there's like mad girls up in there and they being disrespectful or whatever like that, he was trying to convince her that, you know, because he was in the industry, he had to have mad girls up in the studio and everything like that.
Agar sabatan kyo joda jay, to afwahan ifshrahian ku Beyoncé surf dance karahiti or miss a party enjoy karahiti. Lekanya party shade and a freak off events messaging and Diddy our host Carta High or Jing Coffee Badnam Hain.
That's some real thirsty, desperate for them to fly a 17-year-old girl, you know, on a G5. They was flying G5 and G4 jets back then. All the way to New York to gang her in the studio. Man, I wish I could give them their punishment, if that's true.
Yeah, that's what she said, man. She said that Diddy, he flew her to New York, took her to the studio, gave her a drink, the game, and there's pictures online too. So she was at his studio, Daddy House. So, I mean, she ain't lying about that. She was there, man.
Well, if anything, at that time, if anything came from Detroit, it was one of Puff A&R. They called him Slam. He was from Detroit. He used to set up everything, you know, for Diddy. The time I told y'all about Diddy getting the fellatio when Jennifer Lopez was upstairs, Slam set that up. You know what I mean? So if it came from Detroit, it probably came from Slam. Because he was another one of the dudes that was a flunky around there. You know, but it's crazy, man. I really don't, I got daughters, man. I have words, I don't have words for that, bro. And I don't know any of the guys who were officers that worked for Bad Boy like myself would allow that shit to happen. They wouldn't allow that shit to go down. Puff and them, they know what to do when certain people are around. You understand? When they got those dudes who was, you know, from the hood and they was doing bodyguard work and they was doing stuff like that, they may, but I don't know any of the officers that I knew that was working for Puff would allow any of that shit to go down. Because they know they could lose their job and they could be brought up on charges too.
Sach kahin tu ab sab kuch thoda samajan lagai. Yad hijab salanj nidizi par gusa nikalada? Lagta the Jays wo apni breaking point party, jo kuch Beyoncé kasath ho raha the aspar. Nai reports commutabic doesn't shed Beyoncé ko drugs, freak offs, or dusry questionable cheese and kahissa banaya.
Well, it's my soulmate, it's the person I love, you know. And you can be in love with someone, you can love someone and and if you haven't experienced love and you don't understand it and you don't have the tools to move forward, then you're gonna have complications, period. And if you can either address it or you can pretend until it blows up at some point. And you know, for us, we chose to fight for our love, for our family, to give our kids a different outcome. You see, you know, to break that cycle. For black men and women, you know, to see a different outcome. Like you were saying, it's not this celebrity couple. We were never a celebrity couple. We were a couple who just happened to be celebrities.
ये बात तू साब क्यों मालूम है कि इसकी बुआ फेनियस्का और बियॉन्से का रिश्ते में टेंशन पैदा की। ये टेंशन उनकी फैमिली तक भी पहुंच गई, खासकर बियॉन्से की बहन सोलांज के साथ। सेलन से सोलांज का मानना है कि उसने बियॉन्से को कंट्रोल किया और उसे अपने दिलबोई के रूप में डालने की कोशिश की। अब लगता है कि बियॉन्से खुद भी सच को समझ लगी है और फैंस इस बात का शनल ज़माने सोलांज के कंसर्न्स को और भी स्ट्रॉन्ग बना दिया है। कहा जा रहा है कि उसने बियॉन्से को ड्रग्स का दी बनाया और उसे फ्रीक ऑफ्स और क्वेश्चनेबल पार्टीज में ले जाता रहा। ये थ्योरी इस वजह से भी स्ट्रॉन्ग हो गया है क्योंकि उसे काफी क्लोज रहा है डिडी के साथ, जिसे इंडस्ट्री का डीलर भी कहा जाता है। फहन कि उसने बियॉन्से हॉलीवुड की पार्टी कल्चर और सब्सटेंस अब्यूस इंट्रोड्यूस करवाया, जिसका खुद का पास भी एक ड्रग डीलर के तौर पर रहा है। इसलिए लोग ये सब मान भी रही हैं हॉलीवुड पार्टीज वाकई ड्रग्स और लक्जरी से भरपूर होती हैं। जीन डील ने बताया कि डिडी ऐसी पार्टीज करता है जहां टॉप सेलिब्रिटीज इंक्लूडिंग बियॉन्से और जे-ज़ी भी इन्वॉल्व हैं। शेड्स ने बियॉन्से को ड्रग्स का यूज करवाया ताकि उसे कंट्रोल में रहे। इसके अलावा बियॉन्से की प्रेगनेंसी के आसपास भी काफी रूमर्स चल हैं। कान्ये वेस्ट, सोलांज, जैगुआर राइट और वेंडी विलियम्स जेज लॉगन ने भी इन बातों को हाईलाइट किया। चाहे उनका स्टेटस और पैसा जितना भी हो, बियॉन्से और जे-ज़ी का रिश्ता ऐसा नहीं लगता जितना बाहर से दिखता है और रिपोर्ट से भी कह रही हैं कि जे-ज़ी और सोलांज के दरमियान यह तक सब ठीक नहीं हुआ। एलिवेटर वाली फाइट के बाद कहा जा रहा है कि सोलांज को फैमिली गैदरिंग से दूर रखा गया। वाकई सब कुछ दिखाया और इस एलिवेटर फाइट फैमिली की इंटरनल प्रॉब्लम्स के सब के सामने लाया।
The first person I saw was B, and Beyonce was like, "Yo, let me holler at you," and I'm like,
Beyonce said, "Let me holler at you."
Yeah. So I was like, "Yo, you know," so I went over there and hollered. And she was like, "Yo," yeah, and she was just telling me like that they rock with me.
That.
They rock with me, and they, you know what I mean, like they didn't know what that. And I really didn't even think when I was saying it,
these
like
are real people that you're talking about.
I just didn't really connect to it like that. You know what I mean? And you say a lot of things, and punchline style is just to say something to be catchy and metaphoric and catch up. But I didn't, see the deeper side of it. And Beyonce, I ain't gonna share the exact conversation, but she showed me, told me like, this is people, like, you know what I mean? Saying something like that could personally hurt her. And
right.
That kind of
So I had days that I devoted to. On Wednesdays, I took off from work, and that was Solange's day. And she was a lot younger than Beyonce, and it was tough because she was 5 years older, and Beyonce was this little superstar in our city. And so I took them to counseling, so that very early, so that the counselor could help Beyonce be more sensitive to Solange, because she couldn't stand her for a minute. When they were little, she was 5, she was all in her stuff, she was trying to hang around her and her friends, and Beyonce was really irritated. But it made her more sensitive to who her sister was and what she had to deal with because of her.
To absol yet to high. Count apni bowie ko industry ka samni physical assaults of Bashin Kalia ge nahiega? Reports के मुताबिक बियॉन्से पर सोलांज और उसकी करीबी लगन का प्रेशर है कि वो अपनी शादी की हकीकत का सामना करे। खासकर जिसके डिडी के फ्रीक ऑफ्स में alleged involvement को उसकी फैमिली का रिश्ता पहले है काफी टेंस हो चुका है, खासतौर पर इसकी बुआ के बाद जिसने बियॉन्से के साथ उसकी रिश्ते को डीपली अफेक्ट किया। सोलांज का हमेशा से माना रहा है कि उसने बियॉन्से को कंट्रोल किया, उसे एक्सप्लॉइट किया और आखिर में डिडी के ऑफर करने से स्टेप भी लिया हो सकता है।
Think about if Harley was part of intelligence, right? What kind of people you think are surrounding my kids? What kind of people you think are in that house right now? My kids go to Sierra Canyon. It's a Jewish school that doesn't teach Christianity, teaches Christian kids. At Christmas time, they're teaching Kwanzaa to black kids. They say, hey, this is your Christmas. This is all indoctrination. This is all mind control. You gotta understand, like I don't believe I'm putting myself at risk, because I think God uses me for a time like this. He put me in this situation and had y'all follow me from George Bush Don't Care to Beyonce Had the Best Video to now. For some reason, y'all are interested. 2 Chainz said, why so belt buckle? Y'all was looking. Like, y'all are interested for some reason. And they wanted to medicate me every day. You realize, like, they could have just switched to medication and I wouldn't be here. And on the news, they would have said it was because of a mental issue, right? Yeah. I ain't never been back to the hospital since 2015, but every time they say I'm crazy, it's just when I'm saying the truth. So what's the crazy part, really? What's the crazy part, really?
They can't scare you. They can't control you. They can't. They try to suppress you, but that's how they try to categorize.
They can't control me. You get what I'm saying? They can control Shaq. They can control Charles Barkley. They can control LeBron James. They can control Jay-Z and Beyonce.
But not you, man.
But they can't control me.
Not
You see,
you.
it ain't no name I won't name.
Exactly.
It's up.
Not you.
You know what I'm saying? And just for Minister Farrakhan, I love you, but the way you read that, I took that as a slight. You know what I'm saying? I'm taking no disrespect from nobody. So let's get on the phone and let's talk that out. I don't care who you are.
Yes situation or bilagan kaya sakni par majbur kardi hai kushed Beyoncé or jisiki shadi asla zidadak shoya nakape. Teen fans imposing krishtikilakar shakia don kalia sabit nahiran kun nahi haga. Lekin Furby and Button Quis Rock Coffee Gerhenda Diziki Bufe Kabajit, Dano be Hollywood Kasab's powerful couple manajata hai or hard jaga unka welcome hoda hai. Unka Sathrena lagan kuliye or bisawa lad or speculation pita karta hai konkarish di minasal minkia chalra hai.